This is going to be a very fiery, conversational transmission. Actually, me just wanting to record how awesome I think my life is right now. And you're invited to listen or not. It's your authority telling you. You're going to get some big fifth line energy from me today. It's a fifth line day, and you go like, what? Even more big energy from Ginger? Is that possible? Let's just pretend that if you have possibility view, like there is no limit. And I don't even have to pretend. It's just my design and I'm fucking living it. So here we are on Splenic time zone. As always, I have to send Instagram a love note and let them know they should develop a little sticker just for me or for all different authorities. That would be cool. Align to and splenic authority means I actually don't only want to do my thing. Only want to do my thing. I was under the shower. I was in my thoughts. I was just so excited about what I want to share with you and what happened today that I was just so in my zone that, you just lose time because you're operating on your own timeline and not following a program. And then I was in the text message with Sam and we were talking about our different motivation. I'm desire motivation, she's innocent motivation. And it was so interesting because we always tie it into a in real life situation, and it was actually about how we go live and how we get prepared in the different way with a different motivation and being a different line 3662. And I was like, do I really want to go live or do I just want to hang out with my best friends talking design, which is at that level of your integration, if you're really committing to just living design and being design, it's just the best way to do. But then I'm like, oh, no, I'm defined ego. I commit to things and then I hold them. So I told you that I'm going to go live, and so here I am. And I'm very excited to see some of you on here. Exciting. Hello. Hello, Chris, Marilyn, hello. Who else is here? Say hi in the comments so I can see you. Amazing. Hi. It was such a great call with Marilyn today. And so I noticed, and why I thought, you don't have to thank me for being here. I'm just doing my thing. It's so cute. Thank you. Thank you for thanking me. I had a moment today, and so I just wanted to share that in a very sixth line manner, but with a big projection field on a fifth line day. Because, we'll talk and share about a couple of things that I experienced, kind of processing it, celebrating myself and the incredible things that just came faster than I thought, especially with this week. 43 is active, Gate of Insights. And now as we are closing, tomorrow is the last day of this gate in the sixth line. Today is the perfect day to externalize it, bring it out in a very big energy and projection energy. And I realized that this week, actually, Luz is here, hi. Actually, this week, a circle, a mutation, a transformation closed that I was working on actually the entire summer. And it started with a very traumatic experience where in summer it felt like someone took me out of this fractal, the timeline that I was operating in, very much still in the programming, what the coaching industry was teaching me about how to run your business, how to scale your business, and then even certain things about human design. Okay, but how do I fit these two things together? They were always like diametral. This one thing kind of learning human design was one thing, but then how to use it in business. And so there was a very traumatic experience, and some of you have experienced that with me. And this really got me to the point. It felt like I was taken by someone, a higher power, and boom, placing onto a different fractal, onto a different timeline, and I felt lost. I looked at my business, I questioned everything, and my spleen gave me a hard no, we cannot. My body was a full fuck you, no, we cannot continue trying to scale to $1 million business this year in that manner. Maybe you have experienced something like this as well. This summer was deeply transformative, and with Saturn retrograde, with Scorpio South node, every structures, every pain, every trauma, every programmed pattern of deep conditioning, how we think we have to run our business, live our lives to be successful, to make progress, to live a wealthy, more successful life, or whatever your desires, or have a relationship. All these things are deeply programmed in us and always came up. And for me, with a very strong ego, I always my entire life, and it's kind of a little third line moment here, you have to kind of fuck things up like big times to have an awakening moment. And there's no harder way to let the ego, the conditioned ego, the mind control kind of crumble when there's no pain. Yeah, just by talking and nice words and trying to convince and rationale all these things. No, what does the universe give you? Like pain, heartbreak, death, like all these things. And so I decided, okay, I cannot continue there with my possibility view. There must be a different possibility, definitely. And so everything kind of led over the summer to the point that I focused on a couple of things, like three, actually it was kind of three main things that I was working on with my mentors over the summer to get to the point where I'm right now. And I had this week with this projector event on Friday and all these new clients coming in and everything, this momentum that suddenly came up after the second eclipse last week, which is actually exactly 1 week ago. So maybe you feel it as well. Like it feels like a lighter energy, a forward momentum. Let me know in the comments how you feel. So that I said I want to have a conversation and share a little bit about what I experienced, but please feel free to comment along, ask some questions, like let's have a chat. And so it is actually that this showed me, oh my God, suddenly the things are coming together, what I was working over the entire summer. And I wanted to share these things, the wins and what was required to get there, because I know it's what I do. I teach, I share it in my 6th line, modeling it so that maybe that mutates you, activates you to make that step as well, because there is a big moment where everything crumbles, everything falls away, and the new structures, the new clients, the new downloads for your programs or for content or even a direction, the clarity has not settled in. And that is can be a very intense time where you get tested. How much do you trust? How much can you hold it? How much are you willing to go all into that thing that you know is correct for you and that your body is pulling you towards? Or are you still weak and too addicted to seeming security in the old programs just because you have been so good and so trained at suffering and accepting bitterness and accepting frustration and accepting unaligned clients just for the money, just for the seeming security, just for having a little bit of a feeling of success to maybe rest or take a day off or go on vacation. So all these things are actually just false and coded success or gratifications or affirmation from outside. But you will always hit that wall, either energy-wise or income-wise, where you cannot continue this. You will always, at the moment, there comes a moment where that we cannot continue this. And the longer you go down one road, there's some point where you cannot continue this, and then your body, especially for projectors usually get sick. because taking on all these conditioned, highly toxic auras, but also other types who are very open, the program is, and other people's heavy energy is always conditioning you. So when the body is so conditioned at a certain point, there comes dis-ease, and the resistance gets so strong that you then turn into a disease, right? So what actually is absolutely, today feels lighter. So the last 2 days, oh my God, Constanze, Ginger, it's almost a joke what I'm experiencing since 11/11 eclipse and joining your energy level space. I'm currently staying in a hotel. Oh, my old car has blown up. I'm picking up my Mini. Oh my God, I'm so I experienced the same with my Mini. Oh, oh my God, my new job is going unbelievably well. I'm so happy, Constanze. I'm so, so, so happy. And I'm so excited that you feel the shift. No, there's no turning back. So when you join my world, whether it's in the HD Club or the upcoming projector, the one-on-one, 8 weeks one-on-one with me, it will change your life. And we have only till the end of the year, the 6 weeks, and then going into March. It's actually a pivotal time and very important. The energy gets lighter. There will be more momentum. And when you understand how to harvest it on your path of destiny, in alignment with your design and with your purpose, how you're meant to operate correctly, you will be thriving. You will be thriving, but you must be on the right track, on the right fractal. And you have to understand how the doors to your correct fractal open up by you living your design correctly. And most 99% of the people don't know how to even access this because you have no one else guiding you in that way, just by reading about it or by experiencing it yourself. Yes, that is possible, but it takes way, way longer. We don't have time anymore. You saw my reel from yesterday, 2027 is in 3 years. Like then the wheel closed, the door shut, and nobody has access to the 61 anymore. The gate 4 falls away. 41 also goes into a different stream. Like there will be so much questions and so much misunderstanding about, like, there's no access to find your inner truth anymore. So now about the next 3 years is really about getting to know you so, so well that you can stand in your power and that you have your business and your freedom and your lifestyle independently from any other authority but yourself, your own. And so that's why it's so important for me. And I see that my mission is to guide women who want to be in their authority and especially projectors with this stage to create their position and be recognized by their dream clients and get paid at the rate that you really want and not undercharge. And this is actually what brings it back to what I experienced. All the experience that I had over summer, I bring into these 8 weeks of mentorship with me. It is a small inner circle of 5 women, and it is really the best way to work one-on-one with me if you're a projector and want my guidance and my attention. It is so important to have your direction, your business up until the end of the year, and at the same time have your space and your freedom. After that, it gets very, very hard to pivot. And this pivoting, what I did over the summer, my experience, my Line 6 experience, everything, also the business experience that I have, my strategic mind, I bring into that. Because all that requires is a high, high commitment. The point that I experienced to not go down that old path, but then not knowing how this new path looks and still keep walking is fucking hard. It is hard. The moments that I had where I questioned everything that I have left behind, where I decided, it was actually 8-10 weeks ago, where I decided to really go all into design, into studying source, going to Ibiza, letting all my entire business model fall away, sitting there with an idea, feeling how I want. Gate 41 was very dominant, pulling me towards something that felt better, but I did not know from the mind how it looks like. And I kept doing this and I kept trusting. And most importantly, the feeling that I had as I was still working with not aligned clients was not bearable anymore in my body. And the fractal is real, exactly. When you know how to open the door. Hey, Sinead, so excited. Yes, all that I'm talking about today, my experience, I bring into this stage, and we create exactly what I went through for you as well. And I'm so happy that this actually happened so much faster than expected. And as I was doing and reflecting back, I I cannot believe this. I was observing myself today, and actually yesterday you didn't saw me on my stories so actively because I was doing a lot behind the scenes. Now I feel with I heard myself talking about these things with my parents. I was celebrating with my business mentor about the successful launch of the stage, which has been a multiple 5-figure launch in the most aligned, most projector-esque, most successful way ever, with the most aligned clients into the HD Club or Elite or my one-on-one, and the stage, which I'm mind blown, because this is what I always wanted. And this is what I now finally have. I by expressing it to my mentors or my parents, I even told my dad today about the HD Club because he was watching my stories and he looked at the new brand, and I'm so proud of what I have created. And this is just the beginning. I feel like this is something that evolves as much as I evolve, and this is the community that I want to create, but not in a way of a community that the old program is telling us, because this is just me holding everyone else, and this is not what I'm designed for. And this is why so many women who want to create a community are burned out, because they feel responsible for the good feeling or the results of the members in it, and especially projectors are not meant for it. Isn't it pretty? Oh, I'm so proud of this. I love this so much. So I noticed this today, and I'm like, I want to share this with you to really be the role model, what is possible, and that you trust yourself to make that cut. And most importantly, the first thing that I did to get to the point where I'm now is raising the standards and raising the rates. And this is something I talk about with my clients a lot, that there is a moment where you go, fuck no, I cannot charge and undercharge and feel ripped off or feel frustrated or feel bitter if I over deliver and have the feeling that I gave so much and then I don't receive the money back. And it's not only about the money, but it's more important about the clientele, your client standards. Who do you allow into your world? Who do you really want to guide? Who do you want to absorb? Who do you want to allow into your energy and condition you projectors? And I see so many projectors out there doing their thing and kind of taking, even if you think you feel good and everything is fine, the level of bitterness, exhaustion, limitation, and actually responsibility for someone else that you accept in your life is tremendously, because it's like a stream of noise that is always there, and then suddenly you realize that you don't hear it anymore because it's so common. It's the same with, you have a pain in your shoulder, and it's so painful, but it's not super painful. You still can move your arm, but there's still the pain. It's an inflammation, but you accept it and you don't do something about it. And because the pain is not so big, but you kind of settled yourself onto a level of pain that you think is your normal, and you have no fucking idea what really success and alignment and integrity and and the signature frequency of your design fields, because there's so much conditioning that you are used to that you think this is the baseline, but the baseline is actually here. And what I see with a lot of projectors, and the conversation I had today in a one-off session, this was such a good session. Such a good session that when you have clients where you feel so fired up, and I had a moment where I recognized myself as a 6-2 in talking about something and sharing my perspective on her business and on her chart about her offers and clientele, that I want to do more of these one-off sessions because they're so potent and clients get such a quick result. But this is a different topic. I want to implement that later. But when I see a highly intelligent, so talented and capable and gifted women, especially projectors, running their entire business, coaching and mentoring and creating a community on a level that is here. They always go down with their energy, they always go down with their intelligence, they always dim themselves down in the way how they speak and see the world, to kind of connect with people, to be understood, to create community, to teach. A lot of projectors teach a lot and share so much, and actually giving guidance for free, just side note. When I look at their chart and their business and see how they're operating and talking with me or with peers and with other clients, then the standard has to be here and not here. And I had the same realization myself. I'm like, fuck, I'm here I invested in myself. I'm learning source material. And I'm so committed to do this work. And I cannot accept anyone else anymore in my field who is wonky with human design. Yes, I'm a little bit in, a little bit out, or not bringing that to the table that activates me. So what I see for a lot of projectors, and this is what we will do in the stage, like from the get-go, week one, like your positioning has to be here and not dimming down here, because what actually is happening that when you're here, you're speaking to the wrong people, nothing sells, you don't feel recognized because you're actually invisible, because you change yourself and you change your geometry and your fractal changes, and you don't have access to the right fractal where your clients are that are here. And it is totally true. I told her this today. I decided that the level of my conversations has to rise with my clients. I want to be expanded by them, and I want to talk in the way that I just my level of intelligence. And if you don't understand it, your body will understand it, and the mutation happens anyway. So that's the standard. I don't dim down anymore. And everyone else who is not ready for that level is also not ready for the mutation that I put into those people, which is so powerful. I mean, the feedback I get from all of you who are in the HD club, just by signing up, boom, the energy is like supercharged, right? This is the mechanics of the aura, and I don't have to do so much but just by being myself. I record the audio transmissions when they come through. I'm out and about living my life and running a 30 members, and it is growing day by day, 30 members, 40 members, 50 members, it goes up and up and up without me having any energy and I'm not invested in caring about them or creating community. This is not for a projector and for a 6 line in particular. You are there to be in the mechanics of my aura and receive the mutation. And this is what I always wanted. I wanted to have a space where I don't have to create community. You know, there's community aspects that they teach you. You have to post every Monday this question and keep them accountable and take care of that. Like, no, you get a fiery kick in the butt every morning when I have my download or whatever the transits are. you get insights, my attention, Q&As. Like, this is what I love to do. And making it about me, how I work best, was my highest priority. So the standard is being myself. The standard, I don't have to, that's the second part, that pivoting in your business when nothing is going, you have to have different boundaries. And for me, I don't believe in setting boundaries to protect your energy. How many projectors are there who need to protect? I need to protect my energy. I feel other people are taking advantage of me or whatever. It has nothing to do with other people, and you don't have to protect yourself. It is just that you have to raise your standards. When you have such high standards, boundaries are not an issue, because people don't dare to come to you when you're here. You fractal will not bring, like the women I have in my world right now, like, you have such high standards. It is elite. Everything that I do, no matter which price level and which investment level, is 5-star, as I said it last time. And everyone has room, possibility, and limitlessness to rise wherever you want to be. And I support you in that. The standards that are held as seen and felt by other people, how you speak, the words you use, the topics you talk about, the content you put out there. Side note, do you know your system? Do you have a system? Do you know your channels to express that content? This is the fine-tuning of it. Just knowing an idea what you want to talk about, and then how to bring that into really compelling content, marketing it in the way that your business is running. I'm just now talking more about the energetics and the design side, and then how to strategize that and monetize this in the business. That's my genius. This is what I now focus on only, and this is so good. And I have so much fun doing that for other projectors and other types, not just projectors, but in the stage we do that for projectors. And then looking at these little things, these gaps where when I give you the permission to live your design fully, because you finally understand your design, you finally understand that this part where you felt resistance, where you felt suddenly, I cannot do this, no, and then the bitterness comes up. The bitterness more comes up because your body is telling you, we're designed to do that. We're designed to do that. Fuck, don't put me down in a box and squeeze me in when we're designed to do that. And your mind goes, we cannot. We should be working hard. We should be showing up on social media all the time. We should connect with our audience. We should. And then the bitterness comes up because they're too low standards. It is just, your alignment should be the standard. That's it. And when you're here, you know what? Actually, I see, no, you don't know, but I'm gonna tell you. And this is what I decided. I decided this. My ideal clients are at the level that I would hire them. And I'm going to tell you, even if you're now a client and watching this and say, oh, you would hire me? Yes, because if every one of us is in their genius, in their design, you have something I don't have. I can learn something from you. But this needs a certain confidence and a certain level of advanced self-reflection, and also there's no little girl energy of this is not how I can work with. This is not a match. So your clients, actually, that I see for all of you, in particular projectors who are dimming themselves so much down, is not down here. You don't have to look for your clients or knowing how to attract them. When you are yourself, you're here. And you know what? Who your clients are, your ideal clients that I see for you and that I help you attract? Your peers. Let this sink in. Hi, Leah. Good morning. Let the fuck sink that in. When you raise your standards, suddenly your peers look at you differently. Who is she? They think they can chat with you and pick your brain and just, or the other coaches in your field. Yeah, Constanza. Exactly. The satisfaction comes when you finally don't allow your conditioned self, your not self, run the show and pull you down. You see that your fractal brings you in completely different people, and it also eliminates completely different people. You see that? However, the standards that you set are always defined by the people you calibrate to. Your mentors model you, in the best case scenario, a higher standard that you do not have fully embodied. So it is really that ripple effect. And how you can see how your standards or the quality and the level that you're at with the mentorship is the conversations that you have, the topics you talk about. When you're so inspired by your mentors and they really help you to hold this standard, you feel like a badass, even though you definitely will be meeting people who are not meeting that standard. But you know what? You do not let them pull you down anymore. You don't settle anymore. You can just let them go without giving it a meaning that they say, oh, I want to work with you, but can we negotiate your prices? This is way too much. You charge way too much. We saw that other coach, the other service provider charging this. So can we put something out and add something in, but make it 50% off? Yeah? Because I know you need the money. So you better let me tell you your prices so that you get a little bit of money, that you feel a little bit seen. And then you still feel bitter, but I made a good deal. That's not a vibe. Not a vibe. Not a vibe. Okay? So we're gonna drop that shit in my world. Gonna clean it up. Not here for it. Done. Gone. Can I get an amen? And then the same with rates. Raising the rates. Yeah, Marilyn, but you are now at a point that you are able to hold it, and we do it week by week by week. And this is what I did with my mentors, that clients are not showing up. I raise my rents. Clients are still not showing up. People tell me all the time, I cannot afford it. How many of you tell me I want to join the stage or join your one-on-one? I cannot afford it yet. Some of you just say I cannot afford it and leave. Some of you just say, what else is there? I want to make it work. And I have offers for any price level, but I also know who leaves is not meant for me. He's not ready for source mutation. Because that's also the standard. So many do not know the gold pot that source material holds. It is so deeply nourishing. It is even so much easier when I listen to it, when I teach it, when I let it talk through me, and my clients listen me talking to them. It is all infused with that. And your body feels the difference, and you don't have to do anything to transform, to see changes happening. Suddenly you observe yourself talking to people differently. Suddenly you hold a no and hold yourself in it and hold your standards. So instead of trying to set boundaries, raise your standards. What is your policy? This is the first thing that I did. And you have to be okay when people leave, because they were never meant for you to be on your fractal. They were never part of your penta. They were never supporting your signature. Look for the bitterness in your life and then make a big fall clean out. Everything, everyone, every thought, every belief, everything has to go. And when you do that, your body feels so much lighter. Absolutely. And so the same with your rates. Exactly, Constanza. When you raise your rates, and I see so many saying, oh, I want to charge premium, but then you're selling discounter style. You know how these discounters are on a farmer's market, and screaming over the farmer's market, hey, you can buy my fork or my knives, and telling them, explaining, Sam, you missed half an hour or so. But I will mention the celebration again. I was just talking about how, like, the kind of three things that really led to the celebration. Just to repeat it, I was sharing them that my body was like, do I really want to go live? I had just the best conversation with Sam in my DMs, geeking out about human design, which is actually the best thing at that level where I am, where you have mentors and friends, you talk only in design, and that is so nourishing that, shall I go live and face in the camera and nobody's really talking to me because they're just watching me? Or do I just text with my friend about motivation? So that was one story that you missed. Ibiza was amazing. Yeah. Ibiza was not just, my dad asked me today, how was Ibiza? Could you relax? Did you work? What did you do? Did you drive around? And I just said, I just became a different person. I just remembered who the fuck I am. I'm just different. I'm just mutated. Source just I absorbed everything. Like, okay. Does it make you money? Yes, a shit ton, I tell you. So the working is relaxing for an ego as long as we work for us. Yes. So it was everybody who asked me about Ibiza, what are you doing here? And I said, workation. So for undefined ego, work is vacation. Yesterday, I was sitting at my kitchen counter. I think it was 12 hours in total, not really moving, because I was so in the zone, building the new HD club, planning the new things for the stage, going forward, like so many plans that are coming for a new boutique, the sessions, like all these things, like my ego feels so good. I love to work, and I'm Capricorn moon. I mean, right? Don't tell me to rest and sit on the couch. What do I do? I'm getting fucking bored on the couch. I have a couch, but usually my cats sit on them, and then I just. But I want to get a bigger couch. Sam, the celebration. Oh my God, I didn't mention that. Okay, so the first celebration was the multiple 5-figure launch of this weekend. Yeah, okay, this is one thing. But this is kind of for defined ego. Money is kind of normal, right? We always get resources. The more we are ourselves, the more money we make. It's just resources. We're so natural and relaxed around money. At least I am. I mean, I had to unblock myself to fully talk about it in this way, and to not have a money story, and to not have kind of these trauma or whatever. And I want to be a role model for you that money is you. Is you. The more you are yourself, the more success you have. Full stop. Any type. The more you live your signature, the more your fractal will bring you the right people in. And then the only thing that you got to do is, there's a little bit the difference when you have the channel of surrender. You have to have someone, if you don't have this channel of surrender, to, even if you have it, I have other mentors who help me get better at it. Yes, Sam, absolutely. If you found yourself, if you understand yourself better, do you really understand yourself so well to bring it into the business? Because that's a lot of things where the block is, where the money is not coming in, because you don't know how to bring that into offers. I have the self-awareness. I know where my blocks are. I know I worked on my shadow. I healed that shit, which is totally irrelevant. Healing, if you still believe in healing, go listen to rave psychology. Like, then you just stop believing in all this healing shit. So the truth is that when you understand yourself so well, you also have found your system. you also know your channels. And then naturally, when you live your design and you have some strategic person who can help you then package it up in your business, in your brand, in an offer, in content, in the externalization of it, boom, money making machine by being you. And if you need help with that, you know where you can find me. So holding the line is actually one of the most challenging. Holding your line and holding your, I don't want to talk about alignment, but holding these standards is the most challenging piece to do when you're integrating your design, when you take it so seriously that you say that, like I did in summer, as all this, everything crumbled, I said, I go all into design and I rebuilt my business. And then the people got drawn into my world that brought all the puzzle pieces together to where I am now. And I don't want to sugarcoat this. Like, I'm German, I'm direct. I just tell how it is. It is not easy. It is fucking hard. It is fucking hard because your mind will go crazy. But this cannot work. You had these offers and you was chasing the next launch and you don't know what to not launch next. And how is the step-by-step? How can we package it up? How can this look like? And anytime I was there and Sam helped me and my other mentors and Brayton helped me to stay calm and not let the mind does its thing and destroy and pull me back into this old program, because the program wants to pull you back. And most of you are run by the program still. Still, it is just fact. And you have to be as honest with yourself to look and see if things are not in your life the way you want to be, that's the program. So why not just say how it is? Hey, gorgeous. So if you want to change it, you know what to do. Why are you not doing it? Because the program benefits from you staying small and broke. And in money fear and in pain and whatever it is. So who's benefiting from your not success? The program. Who can change it? You. So easy. It's not easy because there's so much conditioning, so much repatterning, and of course this takes more than 7 years. But you can speed things up if you have the right people in your life, if you have different conversations, if you have a different environment. And who do you consume? Who do you consume? Program is a beast. Yes, it's like a codependent ex-boyfriend. Yeah. No, disgusting, right? Disgusting. And I even go to the point that I not only consume nothing else anymore, I even told a couple of my clients who are quad right to stop consuming certain people online. I gave them awareness around why. Because they absorb everything, and if it's not really, however, we don't have to talk about it, but it is not beneficial for quad rights and for anyone to just consume mindlessly on social media, because what you consume consumes you. What you consume consumes your energy. What you consume harvests on your energy, especially projectors. What you consume, you absorb, and then they take your energy. It's just how it is. And I even go to the point that I go through my audience, I don't want to sit naked in front of the camera, that I go through my audience and decide who I allow to consume. Sam just made her account private. I might go get there, I don't know. We will see. I'm more with my desire motivation. I don't think that's more innocence. But I go like, this is my stage. I choose who consumes me. And if my spleen says, nope, then I say goodbye. And so the next time, I am actually celebrating that we're going to clean things up here. We're going to take a lot of posts down, a lot of live streams will all be taken down. We categorize them into different topics about client attraction, about selling, all the things that I am with my design and my channels. We kind of categorize them. So that we have a good structure and good concept with my third eye, and then it goes all into different the HD club. One part is going to be in the HD club, and then there will be the another space that came back yesterday. It started already this summer, but now it's Clarity, where even more content will be there available. Yes, exactly. It feels so much better, right? So instead, what social media is telling you, get more in front of people, be more visible. No, you have to be recognized, not visible. And that's a big difference. Just being seen means a shit. People don't pay you more just because you have more engagement. That can also be bots, right? We had that topic the last week. So for me, it's all about quality over quantity. But I want to be honest. This is cashmere. This is Chanel. Okay? If you have never worn cashmere on naked skin, especially as touch cognition, you would think, no, I'm not talking only about projectors. I'm talking about all types. But I refer to projectors because the projector mentorship starts on Thursday. But this is for all types. What you have to do if you decide to run your business like a conditioned being generator or conditioned manifester, even if you are a generator, you are too conditioned. And there's a decision that you have to make this year. You have to make a decision this year. Do you want to be part of the program, or do you want in your authority? If you want to be independent, sovereign, the authority in your field, and on your path of destiny, you have to understand your design more and run your business in your design. No, it's all good, Johanna. You have to. There's no way around. It's your choice if you're going to do it or not. But it will be harder and harder moving into 2027 if you don't. So better make the choice now. But as I said, a lot of people are too used to accept their not self, frustration and bitterness to make that decision unless the pain is really there. And when I talk about quality over quantity, if you have never experienced cashmere, meaning really a recognition, the most amazing client, the incredible, most easy, effortless, door-opening invitation come to you, that's cashmere for me. I could do a reel. I saw a reel last time where someone described how it feels being recognized. I could do a runway show with all my favorite items of clothes and jewelry, whatever. This is how recognition feels for me. Sam, we got to create some content around this. So when you have never experienced how true recognition feels, then you will always be staying at a standard of quality and accept clients who actually make you feel bitter, and you think your bitterness is the top of the top. But it is not. There is so much more. But nobody has ever gave you a cashmere pullover or a cashmere scarf and you go like, oh, this is soft. And when you get recognized by a correct projector as their guide and mentor, you will be blown away. And what then happens is, you know what? You do not accept any other quality of your clients on the other side anymore. I invest in the best. I invest in the best. This is my mantra. Sam, what do you say about this? I invest in the best. Only. The best is the best of the best is just the lower standard for me. It was always so. But do you know how much I had to fight for it to still get it? And my ego is so stubborn and so strong, luckily, that I always got what I want. because I, with my desire motivation, made it happen. If I want something, and I don't get it, and I just say, oh yeah, maybe it was not meant for me, and maybe next time, I'm in my transference. I have to go and make it happen. Action is correct for me. So I go and get the best guides and mentors. I go and come up with the money to invest. I make Ibiza happen. If I just allow myself to go with the flow, that's not correct for me. So the thing is, when you finally invest in the best, guess what? When you turn around, do you think that you accept any more charging lower than you do on the other side? Why should you invest in the best and then people invest in you on a discounted price? Doesn't make sense, right? Exactly. It's correct for me. That doesn't mean that you got to do it. But what is correct for you? Do you know that? This is what it's all about. To understand what is correct for you, and then having someone on your side who walks with you, who does not allow to do anything else. And the holding it, that's my biggest gift. Like, can you hold the pose in yoga even when the muscle burn? Can you still stand tall and not freak out and go into money fear when clients say, nope, this is too much, I don't pay that? You invest in the best. You are the best. You want the best clients, right? But how do you attract them? How are you recognized by them? The key that turned everything for me was to have recognition on tap. I shared that yesterday. That you have someone, a mentor, a guide, a coach who recognizes you so deeply that you stop looking outside for the recognition, the approval, the validation, this gratification on this stupid app here or in your clientele or wherever you are. And that changes your baseline frequency. Yeah, drip feed me, baby. I always say, Sam, feed me source for breakfast. I love that. That when you then hold that does not make sense to lower your standards or seek outside or compare yourself when you know yourself so well. And so everything that I shared today actually got me to the point that success has never felt so liberating and so free and so naturally as just the thing that I do. And I don't even want to make it based on the money that I make. For me, the most important thing, and now I understand it, is the people who are in my life. All my clients here and watching the replay, thank you for reflecting back to me what I have done over time that is worth it, because it feels so good. And I absorb my clients. And when I get off a call and I'm fucking exhausted, I cannot scale my business. My body says, fuck no. We do not attract another of those clients. It's not possible. So all that you are trying to look outside, how can I get that client? How can I make more sales? How can I, social media engagement courses, whatever courses there are, look at who sees you, who recognizes you, who helps you understand yourself better and walks next to you in that process of really being and living it and expressing it, so that you then naturally have the topics. Because anytime you have a conversation with your mentor, the quality of your content will rise so much that you attract more of those clients. Do you see that? The quality of conversation you have with your mentor impacts your content and impacts your offers and impacts how you show up, because you're so lean back. And this is what then calls in the quality of clients that makes success so sweet, and there's no bitterness. And you don't want bittersweet success, right? So the essence of what I want to celebrate is that I've never felt so much permission to be myself right now without anyone have given me permission but myself. So the conversations that I have with so many women on sessions, I know that you know exactly how actually you want to feel in business. You know exactly what you want to talk about and the clients you want to work with and the offers and how you want to have your business kind of feel for you, the freedom and, you know, the inspiration, the topics. It's here. Now, with all the human design knowledge that you have, you get even more awareness about, oh, but actually this is what I want. How do I squeeze that and transform that and condition that and punch that down and put it in the box of the business that this industry teaches you? And it doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore, and the energy gets even more clear and more fast forward, that you hit more and more and more the wall. You don't see the money and the clients coming in, and all that kind of amplifies it. You don't want that. So it is very smart to make a decision that might be scary, but let me be your role model. And if it feels correct for you, your mentor, to help you bridge that gap and finally bring that version of you into a business context where this business supports your energy and the business is as evolutionary as you are, because you will evolve and you don't want to hit over and over the same hard structures just because you suddenly have a breakthrough and just mutated overnight and suddenly you go like, oh, I want to talk about a totally different thing. Amazing, let's do this. So there's some strategy part that absolutely is required, some structures and some smartness there. However, the background frequency, what you do and how you show up and how self-expressed you are and how much you're yourself, comes from someone recognizing you and giving you the understanding about who you are, and then the permission and the support and trust to live that. And that takes time, but the better you are feeling recognized and supported in that process, that collapses time. That opens the door to your fractal. Then you call in the right clients. And then everything feels much better. And that's amazing. And this is what I want to celebrate today, because this collapsing timelines, manifesting, your ideal clients, journaling the fuck out of your poor little brain, you don't need to do that, because you can write your affirmations, you can set your standards, and you can define your boundaries, and you have the best intentions to not be triggered by the next client that tells you, oh, you're so inspiring, but I don't have the money. You can do all that. But if you're an aura of another person, or even that phone, you get conditioned by them. And if your own integration of your design and your deconditioning process is not so advanced that you can hold this, it's just a totally mess again. You fuck it up, because the intention and the whatever plans you had is in your mind, but your body is not on board with it yet. And the conditioning, the program just runs over you and hits you like a bus. So how you show up, how much you can hold that energy in other auras, is where the proof in the pudding is. Yes. And especially, Sam, because most of you have undefined brains, and let your brain breathe. Let your brain breathe and don't overthink it. Let it just lounge next to the pool, okay? And you come with me to Ibiza next year in March. I already booked Ibiza. I already booked it. So what are your plans for next year? first t-shirt slogan you need to make. Yeah, I definitely, I definitely want to go into fashion next year. Coffee mugs with certain gender inspired end of story is definitely one because I always say end of story. Just stop telling you these bullshit stories why you cannot make that move and that investment. That's a program. Do you want to be slave of the program? Then it costs you actually less to hire that coach, sign up for that thing. On long term, I mean, you will leave a lot of money on the table and you pay a lot with your energy to continue what you do right now. So let this be signature cashmere scarves. Yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Who does t-shirts and hoodies? We go right away into cashmere scarves. I like that. That was an invitation. Okay. So, are there any questions? I feel on this fifth line day, I projected a lot of things out there. You can just let it mutate you or go along with your day and say, that was inspiring and nothing changes in your life. Or you just take action, follow your authority. If you feel the pull to work with me, there are multiple possibilities, as in my world, options to join my world, and all that you need to do is, you know what you need to do. I'm not telling you, you're an intelligent being that just need to raise their standards straight to customer experience. Okay, so I want to have like cashmere scarves, cashmere, definitely bathing suits, but you cannot go into the water. But this summer was the summer of me just living in my bathing suit, and I accomplished that. Hi, Christine. So just to give your undefined mind, usually it's something to, as an invitation. The HG Club is my monthly membership. It's the level 1 to start with working with me. Amazing space. The women are already in here and raving. The experience they have, instant activation, so many breakthroughs. And then the other options you can just see on my link tree. Okay, good morning to Australia and good night from Germany. I will go and start the design for my cashmere scarf. That's a good idea. Sam, I'm going to text you in a second. Okay, have a good rest of your day. Bye.